Don't poke the bear. That warning became the entire story of Game 5 between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs, where emotions, physicality, and superstar pride collided under the brightest playoff pressure. From the opening minutes, Minnesota tried everything to frustrate the young alien-like phenomenon, Victor Wembanyama. Hard fouls, trash talk, constant contact, and aggressive defense were all part of the Timberwolves' strategy. But instead of breaking Wembanyama's focus, they awakened something far more dangerous. The game exploded into intensity almost immediately, with Anthony Edwards attacking aggressively and earning 3 free throws early. Moments later, Wembanyama himself was fouled near the perimeter by Rudy Gobert, resulting in a flagrant foul because Gobert entered his landing space. The crowd could already feel the tension building. Every possession carried emotion, every whistle felt personal, and every collision looked like a message being sent. Yet through all the chaos, Wembanyama remained terrifyingly composed. Minnesota's attempts to mentally shake him only pushed him deeper into his rhythm. He attacked Rudy Gobert fearlessly, spinning through defenders with those endless arms before hammering down vicious dunks. He buried outside shots, dominated the paint, and turned the first quarter into his personal showcase. In just 6 minutes, Wembanyama had already dropped 16 points, leaving the Timberwolves stunned. The more they shoved him, the stronger he became. Trash talk from Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Naz Reid only fueled the fire. Instead of losing control like he reportedly did in Game 4, Wembanyama answered with basketball brilliance. It felt less like a young star reacting emotionally and more like a future legend learning how to weaponize pressure. Minnesota briefly fought back whenever Wembanyama sat on the bench. Veteran leadership from Mike Conley and explosive scoring from Anthony Edwards sparked quick runs that cut the lead down. Naz Reid even bullied Gobert's fellow Frenchman momentarily inside, giving the Timberwolves hope. But every time the game began swinging, San Antonio answered with calm execution. De'Aaron Fox pushed the pace aggressively, Stephon Castle attacked fearlessly, and the Spurs defense suffocated Minnesota's offense with disciplined man-to-man coverage. Wembanyama returned in the second quarter looking even more unstoppable, throwing down alley-oops, contesting everything near the rim, and completely changing the atmosphere of the game. Even when Naz Reid shoved him and emotions nearly boiled over, Wembanyama stayed calm, possibly remembering the advice given earlier by legendary coach Greg Popovich. That maturity changed everything. Instead of retaliation, he punished the Timberwolves with elite basketball. By halftime, Wembanyama had already posted a monstrous stat line: 21 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. The Spurs carried a double-digit lead, while Minnesota looked frustrated, exhausted, and mentally shaken. The second half became a battle between desperation and control. Minnesota stormed out aggressively in the third quarter, led by Anthony Edwards attacking double teams and finding open shooters like Jaden McDaniels. Suddenly, the massive lead shrank to just 2 points, and for a brief moment it felt like momentum had fully shifted. The Timberwolves crowd and bench believed they had finally cracked San Antonio's confidence. But championship-level composure separated the Spurs from panic. Big shots from Julian Champagny stopped the bleeding, while Keldon Johnson brought physical energy that completely changed the quarter. Johnson bullied defenders, attacked the basket fearlessly, and reignited San Antonio's dominance. Meanwhile, rookie Dylan Harper emerged as a surprise hero, repeatedly attacking Rudy Gobert and finishing tough possessions with confidence beyond his years. The Spurs responded to Minnesota's run with a devastating explosion of offense, stretching the lead close to 20 by the end of the third quarter. The Timberwolves kept trying to intimidate Wembanyama physically, but nothing worked. Jaden McDaniels continued shoving him during possessions, Naz Reid climbed over him for rebounds, and defenders constantly bumped him on drives.
This is basketball, a catching moment for you.
Yet every aggressive move by Minnesota only seemed to strengthen San Antonio's resolve. Wembanyama answered with impossible blocks, effortless assists, and calm free throws in crunch time. One sequence late in the fourth quarter perfectly captured the night. McDaniels shoved Wembanyama again, only for the 7-foot phenom to respond with a stunning rejection that silenced the arena. From there, the game was effectively over.
Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox controlled the pace, the Spurs' defense trapped Edwards into costly mistakes, and San Antonio cruised toward a commanding Game 5 victory.
By the final minutes, the scoreboard reflected total dominance, with the Spurs pushing their series lead to 3-2. But beyond the basketball itself, the game carried emotional weight because the broadcast also mentioned tragic news surrounding a Memphis Grizzlies player.